Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is LK Live right here on the KocoSports YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and drop your comments on your thoughts on Impact Wrestling's Homecoming 2019 pay-per-view. Lots to cover on this show. If you're listening live, please feel to smash, bash, and trash the live comments as much as you wish into infantry with your thoughts, comments, questions, and queries regarding Impact or anything that takes place in the wrestling world. So this show took place on Sunday night. It is currently Tuesday. I watched the show yesterday when my mate came around. I was going to do a review last night. However, I couldn't find the time. So I did Daily Press. So if you haven't yet, go out of your way to check out. Me and Dion did a review of the latest Pro Wrestling Noah show. And later this evening, there'll be a review of the DDT show and the All Japan show. So 2 extra reviews coming away, as well as I've watched Monday Night Raw. Whether it'll be reviewed or not, I have no idea. If you guys want it, put it in the comments. I'll definitely review it. I did watch it. I kind of skimmed a bit through, but I did watch it. If I can find anyone else who watched it, then I can definitely come on and do a review here. But I'm going solo for this show, so bear with me. Don't expect this to be the longest damn thing of all time. And understand the time zones. It's 4:20 p.m. UK time, which will be about, 10 a.m. American time. Fuck knows Dave time. Japan Dave time. I love how I call Japan Dave time. That's absolutely madness. But this win, loss, or tie is what we always do on the channel. So win, loss, tie into inventory. What do you guys give it? A win? Do you guys give us a loss? Do you give us this show a tie? And that's kind of like a good, bad, and ugly kind of deal. I'm going to give the show a win. Every match got given quite a bit of time. There was only one match that went under 10 minutes. And as a whole, I thought this was good for the company. It kind of was like not a reset button, but it concluded some stories which needed to be concluded, which leads us into this Thursday, where they have the launch of their weekly television show, Impact Wrestling, on Pursuit. And if you live in America, they made an announcement on this show, and we'll touch upon this at the top of the show. Impact now will not only be on Pursuit TV, but it will also be available on Twitch for American viewers. Obviously, in the UK, they have a deal with Spike, so you can watch the show on. If you can watch the show on 5 on OD. But it's now moved to a Friday. So possibly there'll be a review on Saturday of the show. I know Friday night I am out with some mates on the party, but I know for a fact I'll watch the show on Saturday and I'll give the review on the Saturday for sure. So let's get down to breaking down the show. So the opening match of the night, we had the Ultimate X match for the vacant X Division Championship. This was vacant because Brian Cage cashed in Option C. And Option C, if you're not familiar with Impact, if you're X Division Champion, you have the opportunity at a certain point. It used to be at Destination X, but they don't do 12 pay-per-views a year anymore. They don't do 4, which I like, by the way. The less pay-per-views, the more important the pay-per-views feel. That's just the way I look at it. But I think that's it. With W, it's different because of the amount of programming they have. It would only make sense for them business-wise to do pay-per-views. But for Impact and Ring of Honor, it only makes sense to do one every 2 or 3 months or so. I like that because then it makes them feel special. And Impact do TV specials anyway, so like Lockdowns and Impact special. But I do miss their old pay-per-views, Sacrifice, No Surrender, Hard Justice, Final Resolution, Turning Point. Those were the days. Those were the days. Geez, I remember my very first Impact show back when it was called TNA. It was Victory Road 2008. That was my very first show that I watched as a Impact fan. So yeah, Option C, you cash in the X Division Championship, and that automatically qualifies you to a World Championship match anytime you choose. And obviously, Brian Cage chose the pay-per-view. So that being said, the X Division Championship was vacant. They did a qualifying match for this. So it was Rich Swann versus Ethan Page, Jake Chris, and Trey Miguel. Trey is from the oh geez, I'm going to get this wrong. It's not All Out, because All Out they're the Rascals in Impact, and they're Strong Hearts in the Indies. Because with Desmond Xavier and stuff, it's a great faction, and I'm looking forward to actually reviewing it. They're on the DDT show actually, that took place on the 3rd. It was Strong Hearts versus All Out. A full review of that show will be coming to you this evening on this channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to know when we're going live each and every time. But Rich Swann got the win here. Lots of spots. It went 13 minutes. It flew by. And what I liked about this match was there was some good selling in there. They took their time, even though it was an X Division match. They still took the time to kind of sell. And there were some crazy spots. They were using the X Division structure itself a lot more than the previous matches I've seen, which I liked. So from that, this match gets a win from me. Great way to kick off the show. The crowd were mega into it. Impact Wrestling chants galore. This is really, really good stuff. And again, if you are listening live, please feel free to put anything you wish in the live chat. I'll respond to each and every one of them. I know, again, as I said, it's a strange time, so I won't hold anything against any of you if you don't listen live. And then we had Ali and Su Yung defeat Jordan Gracie and Akira Hogan via technical submission in a tag match that went 8 minutes and 53 seconds. And the story of this has been really good, actually. So basically, there was a big feud in 2018 between Su Yung and Ali. And it turned out Ali turned heel and joined Su Yung. And the way she's been doing that character has been nothing but brilliant. Absolutely far superior than I could have imagined. And I think she was great as a character, as a babyface. But being able to transition from that really, kind of ultimate underdog babyface to this vicious heel, I think that's just absolute props to the woman. And if I was wearing a hat, I'd tilt it. Generally, really, really great stuff. And Su Young's great as well. That she's got that character nailed down. I remember watching her do that character in Shine a couple of years back. So glad it's now escalated up to international television, which is good for her. And they got the win. Jordan Gracie, many of you will know from All In. She's doing good stuff in the indies. Whether I don't know if the contract stays, because the thing is, I read online, again, this is just with a pinch of salt, that All Elite Wrestling were after the Lucha Brothers. So I don't know what contracts Impact are giving out anymore. Are they exclusive deals? Because I know they can work elsewhere. I have no idea, but it'd be very interesting to see what happens with it all. But this was solid women's match. Impact have a good women's division here. That's 6 women on this show, and all of them are extremely talented. And Kieran Hogan, there's an interview on this channel with her when she was younger with a different podcast. I can't remember the name of the show, but there's definitely an interview, so go back and check that out if you have not. Then we had a Falls Count Anywhere match between Eddie Edwards and Moose, which was a banger. I loved the build for this one. This was, if you're a fan of Lucha Underground, you would have definitely been a fan of the build. So basically, Moose had Eddie Edwards sent away to an insane asylum, kind of this kind of, what would you call it? Like a mental facility. That's the best way to put it. Like a mental home, like a hospital. And what happened is he had guests different times. Sometimes I remember he did these vignettes with Raven, which were absolutely brilliant. Raven did some stuff with Eli Drake as well, which in my opinion was some of the best stuff I've seen in 2018 when it comes to promo work with Raven and Eli Drake. If you haven't yet, go to Impact Wrestling YouTube channel, subscribe over there, and also fucking watch that video, because it was a great promo, really top draw promo for me. Eli Drake, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated wrestlers on the whole fucking planet. He can do everything. If he wanted to, he could be a mega star in WWE, but he isn't. He's choosing to stay with Impact, and I respect that a lot. Eddie Edwards and Moose was a really good match, though. There was a crazy spot where Moose got dropped over the top through this barricade that was laying on steps. Lots of brawling. Edwards bleeding, a dive off a balcony from Edwards. This was really fun. It was that feud ender, and it was a feel-good feud ender, which I really, really liked. So Eddie Edwards picking up the win, winning that feud. Be interested to see where he goes next. I'd be mighty interested if he goes after the world title with that win. I have no idea, but it's a fresh start with Pursuit, and I've not got any spoilers. Please don't put any spoilers in the live chat or in the post chat. I don't know any. I don't like knowing spoilers for wrestling shows when I'm watching it as a fan. And then Sami Callihan defeated Willie Mack in a solid match in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Sami Callihan was voted the 2018 Impact's Wrestler of the Year. No complaints. Some people hate Sami Callihan, some people love him. I respect how good he is as a heel, and I think his in-ring work is good, and his promos are good, his character's good. So you're not going to hear many complaints from me. I didn't like what happened with Eddie Edwards with the baseball bat, but mistakes happen, shit happens. I'm sure he apologized and just played it off as a heel on television and on social media, and I think that's what's best, when wrestlers on character stay in character on social media. I don't like when they don't stay in character. I find that really strange. You're watching, like, for example, I'd find it extremely weird if Bray Wyatt put up a tweet saying, him and JoJo are fucking beach. I would find that really weird. So I like that Sami Callihan on social media stays in his heel role. I really like that. And this was a really good match. Willie Mack has been doing good stuff this year with Lucha Underground. Impact, he did Dragon Gate, he did a tour at Dragon Gate where he actually picked up quite a few wins. I remember watching that tour. Can't wait to get back into Dragon Gate. Been too long. It's been a month or two since I watched a Dragon Gate show. But again, tonight, guys, All Japan and DDT reviews coming your way. And also he doing some stuff with Impact, Lucha Underground, and Dragon Gate, and he also did some stuff with NWA. I think he's the NWA National Heavyweight Champion or something along those lines. I don't follow NWA as much as I should. But again, it's really hard to stay on top of with a full-time job, family, friends, training. It's tough to keep on top of absolutely everything imaginable. I wish I could, but I can't. There's only 24 hours in a day, and I have to sleep at some point. If it was as easy as to just come on, if this was my full-time job, it'd be a different ballgame. Or if I was wrestling full-time, it'd be a different ballgame. I could come on here and watch everything, but I can't, and I've accepted that. But this was a good match again. There was no bad matches on this show at all. And then we had Eli Drake defeating Abyss in a Monsters Brawl match, which I'm not going to lie to you, when I saw it on paper, I was a bit like, okay, I know Eli Drake's a good wrestler, a fucking great promo. He's the definition of a great sports entertainer. Like, you kind of look at him and you're like, you could smash him on a poster and people be like, who's that guy? He looks great. Great. I love when wrestlers, this is weird again, this is just different because training. I like wrestlers who work out. I think that's part of your job, to look the part. Like, I feel I couldn't take Eli Drake in a fight. At the point I'm working at, I don't feel like I reckon he'd beat the shit out of me, which makes him a great heel, because like he can talk all this shit and he can back it up, and Impact do give him wins, which kind of solidifies him as a heel. I think Eli Drake is fucking amazing, absolutely amazing. He's taken over that EC3 of when EC3 was in Impact, and I think he debuted on Main Event for WWE yesterday. It'll be interesting to hear the reaction the crowd gave him. That's probably why they did it, just to test the waters and see what reaction he got. Because it's all well and good, us coming on here, hardcore wrestling fans, EC3 is amazing, but to people who are attending WWE shows, they might not know EC3, so maybe that was just to test the waters. But this was great. Spot of the night. I retweeted on my Twitter. Abyss did a belly-to-belly over the top. He was kind of draping in the ropes. He did a belly-to-belly over the top. Eli Drake through 2 tables. There was thumbtacks. There was kendo stick shots. There was so much brutality in this. It was a great Monsters Brawl. Good seeing Abyss back in there as well. He's Hall of Fame last year. This was a really, really good match, which I recommend people to get out of the way if they like hardcore wrestling. And it wasn't like a Japanese death match. It wasn't anything like that, but it still was a crazy match, and it was a good feud ender. And good to see Eli Drake get the win. And again, I'm up for Eli Drake. I'll be up for an Eli Drake, Eddie Edwards program. Winner becomes number one contender for Johnny Impact's world title. That for me, I'd love that. And again, I haven't read any spoilers because I know they've done TV tapings for Friday on their new TV deal. No spoilers whatsoever. I want to watch that unbiased. And then in the match of the night, this was always going to be match of the night. The LAX, Ortiz and Santana retained their Impact World Tag Team Championships against Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. I can't believe it was this short, 11 minutes and 20 seconds. It was such a barn burner, dude. Like, this was absolutely amazeballs. Words can't just... This is up there in my match of the year category right now. I know I've said that quite a bit, but it's only 8 days in. I said this on the Noah show yesterday. Wrestle Kingdom, now on Homecoming. And there was apparently some bangers in DDT and All Japan, which I'm looking forward to watching. I'm just excited to talk about this, because there was just so many spots. Like, they didn't stop. It was hard work, but they were still selling at the same time. That's what I like about wrestling. Like, I'm all up for these barbers. They're not spot fests. I don't like calling matches like that spot fests. They're just fast-paced, non-stop matches, but they took the time to sell, which is a big thing for me. I respect the art of selling so much, and looking forward to learn it. But it's just, these guys just went at balls to the wall. They gave zero shits. They put their fucking bodies on the line. Some crazy spots in this one. If you don't have 11 minutes, hopefully someone out there made a highlight video and check out the 3-minute highlights, because it was absolute a banger. My match of the night and potential match of the year for Impact so far. And they've had one show, so it don't really count. But it was good stuff. And then Taya Valkyrie defeated Tessa Blanchard to win the Impact Knockouts Championship. Gail Kim was a special guest referee for this one. She wasn't biased, which was interesting to see as a special referee. But still, good, solid match. Taya got the win, so now Taya and Impact, husband and wife, as world champions of respective divisions. This was great. Tessa Blanchard, I'm very high on. I think 5 years from now, she's going to be one of the biggest stars of women's wrestling, in my opinion. I think she's absolutely incredible. Her character work, the way she presents herself, the way she works, like, she is next level shit. She not shit as in shit, next level stuff. Like, she's really, really great. And if you've never seen a Tessa Blanchard match, you're doing yourself a disservice. You should go out of your way and check it out. And then the main event, we had Johnny Impact defeat Brian Cage in 20 minutes in a okay match. The ending, I felt sorry for the guys. They went for basically Cage went for a superplex deadlift, like what Elgin used to do in New Japan, if you watched New Japan. So basically he's kind of on the second rope, deadlifts him up, And then as he goes to suplex him, the other spot was going to be Nitro, Impact. I'm sorry, I'm picturing him in my head. He was meant to roll him up, but as he rolled him up, they missed. And it looked brutal, but the Impact recovered and just kind of draped his back over him, and it got the roll-up win. Protected Cage because he didn't take a clean loss, which I respect. The match wasn't as you'd expect it. I was expecting a Lucha Underground S-type match where they wrestled as a World Championship main event of a show, so they went 20 minutes. It felt longer. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Just depends on your perspective of everything. But overall, you can't complain. This was a really good pay-per-view. LAX, Lucha Brothers is amazing. Ultimate X was really good. Eddie Edwards Moose was great. Drake and Abyss was much better than I anticipated. And Abyss just shocks me still to this day how he's still doing this stuff. Absolutely mental. We're going to get to some live chat to see if there is any. I know it's a strange old time to be going live. I'll be going live back at the normal time later this evening with the DDT and All Japan show reviews. Looking forward to. I need to finish them, by the way. I haven't even started them, so I need to get out of my way and watch it. Michael Teixeira says, "What's up, LK? Long time not watching TNA. Have they gotten consistent with their product?" I think so. I think that 2018 will look back as when the year that they kind of reestablished themselves, because they went through this phase where lots of, how do I put this? Lots of people will have this stigma. And I've said this about, I say stigma all the time, and stigma is this kind of attachment to a product. Like there's a stigma that Impact sucks, that, they're just washed up WWE guys. But if we look up and down their roster, okay, Johnny Impact worked WWE, Rich Swann for a cup of coffee, Eli Drake for a lesser cup of coffee. That's it. No one else worked at WWE. So these guys are their signees. They are the guys that they have built. Yeah, okay, Sami Callihan wrestled as well, and he went to Lucha Underground. But this is their roster, and they've built it from the ground up, which I think is really good of wrestling promotions. They've really hit the reset button. I think they had a great 2018, and hopefully, fingers crossed, 2019 is even better of a year. But dude, Lucha Brothers and LAX was a banger. People need to watch it. And then Robert Thought says Eddie Edwards is an underrated talent. I agree. But he's doing some good stuff in Impact, and I wish him all the best. And fingers crossed, he was world champion before, so it'll be interesting to see if they give him the run with the belt again. But if not, I mean, he's still featured on the pay-per-views. He's still a big part of the show. His stuff with the mental asylum, I think, was really great. But apart from that, it's a win for me, this pay-per-view. Definitely a win. Thank you, everyone who voted on the Twitter machine, because I didn't know what to do, this or Raw. So I did a quick 30-minute poll. And thank you all who participated, and Impact won by 80 to 20%, which was absolutely mind-blowing. So thank you guys for watching. And make sure you hit the subscribe button here on the KocoSports.net YouTube channel. We go live all the time with lots of different co-hosts. Obviously, time zones are a bitch. But obviously, looking forward to Daily Presso later this evening. There'll be 2 of them. So with that in mind, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got to go watch some Japanese pro wrestling and need to have some dinner. So with that in mind, guys, like, comment, smash that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.